Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome to the channel and welcome to my very first Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. In today's video, I am going to be showing you guys the deck that I used to get to KC Cup max level, and that deck would be Red Eyes Black Dragon. I'm going to go over the deck profile, my strengths and my weaknesses while playing this deck, and I'm also going to show you guys a little bit of some replays that I've saved. Let's get into the deck profile just so I can show you guys what you guys will need to play with the deck. And of course, this is not a free-to-play deck. You have to get these cards to be able to make it at least a top contender, alright? So the first card we're playing is Gearfried, the Red Eyes Iron Knight. You do need at least 3 of these because 1, it's a warrior, and 2, it has a quick effect where it gets equipped with any spell or trap, and basically it can instantly destroy that card and then destroy a spell or trap card on your opponent's field. And so you definitely need this just for 1 Red Eyes Fusion and also the quick effect. Next, you'll need 3 Black Metal Dragons. This is your searcher because you can equip it to Gearfried, instantly destroy it with Gearfried's effect, and then you can add a card from your deck into your hand that stays as a Red Eyes card. And it's Red Eyes card, so basically monster, spell, or trap. Next is Red Eyes Archfiend of Lightning. This is a discard fodder for Red Eyes Insight. Basically, you activate Red Eyes Insight, send this to the graveyard, and then add a spell or trap from Red Eyes spell or trap from your deck to your hand. And so, not only is this a discard fodder, but also it's a board wipe. And so, being able to board wipe your opponent's field with this effect is great. Even though it does sacrifice one of your normal summons, it's not a total waste because if you can get rid of the whole board and just attack for game, then this is a pretty solid card to have. Next is 2 Blackstones of Legends. I see people run 3. I believe 2 is like right in the middle, and it's perfect that way because 2, you can at least see it at least once in your hand. 3, if you see 2 of them in your hand or 3 of them in your hand, then you're kind of much bricked. And if you don't see it at all, then it's not the greatest at 1. And so I believe 2 is the perfect number for this card. Next, you just need 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon just for the Red Eyes Fusion. It's for the namesake, but of course you can always recur it back into your deck with the Blackstone of Legend, and so I would say just 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon. It does suck sometimes when you draw this because it is your only one ofs, and basically having it drawn into your hand kind of sucks, and so imagine playing 2. It's not gonna, not gonna help you survive the game. Next, I am running 3 Mystical Space Typhoons. Now, if you don't have 3 Mystical Space Typhoons, you can run Cosmic Cyclones. I believe you can get Cosmic Cyclones through the Dream tickets, or same thing for Mystical Space Typhoons, but I believe a lot of people would have Cosmic Cyclones by now, so if you do have 3 Cosmic Cyclones, then play it. But I'm running 3 Mystical Space Typhoons. You really need 3 with this format because there's a lot of decks out there that runs back row now, such as DDDs with their back row trap, and then same thing for Trimids and Harpies. Harpies are playing a lot of back rows too, and also Blue Eyes, and so you do need to get at least back row disruption. Gearfried does destroy spells and traps with being equipped to something, but it's really slow compared to Mystical Space Typhoon or Cosmic Cyclone, so you definitely need to run 3 of these into your deck. Next, you just want to run 1 Red Eyes Fusion because you can only activate it once per turn, and you can't summon or special summon after you activate this card, and so it kind of does brick if you draw 2, even 3 sometimes. Oh, actually 3 is a lot. But if you have at least 2, it does brick a little bit. Yeah, so you only need 1. You don't really need more than 1. Next, I am playing 1 Red Eyes Insight. Now, of course, you're probably going to see a lot of builds out there that run around 3 or even 2. At first, I was running around 3, but I feel like 3 was just too bricky because it is a once per turn card. And if you draw multiples into your hand, then it does kind of suck. And that's why you run 3 Black Metal Dragons, because you can instantly add a card into your hand, and it's not a once per turn compared to Red Eyes Insight. So I only use 1 Red Eyes Insight, and it does help me with wonders to search a card. And so 1 Red Eyes Insight is perfect. You don't need 3. 2 if you really need it, but in my opinion you don't really need 2 either. Next, I am running 2 Red Eyes Fiend with Chain. It is searchable through Black Metal and Red Eyes Insight. The best thing about this card is that it is a disruptor. Basically, you can steal a monster with this card. So if they have Channeler and you have this already activated, you can steal Channeler before they activate its effect, and then they basically end their turn for Harpies. So Red Eyes Fiend with Chain at 2 is great. 3 is a little bit too much. I played it with 3 and it just pretty much bricks me sometimes. So I believe 2 is fine. And then Blast with Chain, the same thing. Once it gets equipped and then it gets destroyed by a card effect, then it can destroy a target on the field. So you have Gearfried, equip this to Gearfried. Gearfried's effect will destroy Blast Chain, and then Blast Chain will basically trigger off after Gearfried's effect and to destroy any other target on the field. And so you only need 2. I tried running 3, but it does brick sometimes because then let's say you don't have Gearfried and then the top deck it comes to a Blast Chain. It's not the greatest. Finally, we're only playing 1 Red Eye Spirit. You only need one Red Eye Spirit, 2 bricks a lot. I tried running 2 and I draw it and then it doesn't work out. 1 is perfect, and so this is a 20 card deck right here. Next, I am playing my extra deck, Red Eye / Dragon, for the Red Eyes Fusion, of course. I'm not playing Red Dragon Archfiend 1 because I don't have it, and 2, I don't see it as, you know, necessary compared to Red Eyes / Dragon, because Red Eyes / Dragon is a negation, Omni Negate, when it gets targeted. So I find this as a better solution compared to Red Eyes Archfiend. Then I run 1 Heroic Champion Excalibur because it does OTK. Next, I am playing Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, standard. And then I am playing Cat Girl Magician. So if you guys know about the Gaga Cowboy, basically you can detach a card and then attack directly for 1,000. And if your opponent only has like 1,000 or less life points, then this is the game ender. It's kind of a cheap way to win, but it does, you know, get you the win. So I keep it in there. Next, I am playing the Spider, number 70. Everyone's playing this. It's pretty much the relevant card to use when your opponent has a card face down. Sylvian Princess Sprite. I am running, you know, Black Metal and Blackstone Legend, so there is a chance that this card's going to come out so that you can search any of your spells and traps from your deck. Next, for the Harpy matchup, I am playing 1 Patriarch. You only need this just for Harpies, because a lot of people are playing Harpies now, and that's basically the tier 1 deck that everyone's playing during the KC Cup. I rarely ever used it because I was always able to interrupt Harpies with Red Eyes Fang whenever I stole their Chandler, and so I didn't really need this, but it's just nice to have just in case it comes to it. And then I am playing the Endless Trap Hell. Endless Trap Hell allows me to get any trap card from my graveyard into my hand, and then I have to take a card from my hand and put it into the deck. So it's a very great recurring card to get a trap from the graveyard so that you can at least have something to protect yourself. So let's say I have Gearfried on the field and I activate Endless Trap Hell to get a Blast Chain. It's perfect. So the strengths that I had going to this deck, I had a lot of you know, interrupting my opponent. So Red Eyes Fang with Chain is great because you could steal one of their cards, and let's say like let's play Heroes for example. If they decide to use Mass Change on a monster that they target, you can activate Fang with Chain and then target that same monster, and then they would have mistargeted. Next is the Blast with Chain. You have Gearfried, and then you set Blast with Chain. You can literally destroy one of their monsters, and then if you destroy one of their spells as well, that's like, you know, double the plus there. 3, like I mentioned before, is a little bit too much. 2 is perfect. So let's go over some replays that I was able to save up. Now, in some of these replays, I was running about 2 Red Eyes Insight, but after that, I decided to take them all out. And the last replay I'll show you, I only run 1 Red Eyes Insight. Now, this guy was playing tunes with Red Eyes Toon Dragon, and I got kind of caught off guard when I was playing this guy. So I'm going first, and I decided to set my Mystical Space Typhoon face down. I should have saved it. I should have used Red Eye Insight first, and then make my opponent think about, you know, where all my traps are. So I wasn't really thinking about that, but as you can see, I have all my spells and traps. I got my Spirit, Mystical Space Typhoon, and Red Eyes Fang with Chain, and then I normal summon my Gearfried. He played Red Eyes Insight, which kind of freaked me out for a second. I was like, Red Eyes in a Toon deck, and I forgot. Red Eyes Toon Dragon. So he basically adds Red Eye Spirit, and then I believe he set 2 of them face down. He gets Red Eye's Kingdom, of course. Activates Red Eye's Kingdom, and now look at that, he's basically there. That's pretty much it, and then I activate Mystical Space Typhoon, basically to destroy his Red Eye Spirit, but then I didn't realize that he would have another one on his turn. Or on my turn. I activate, he activates it again. And with my misplay right there, I could have destroyed this instead, but I wasn't really thinking. And so my only goal now was to try and get rid of as many cards from his deck as possible, and so I use Red Eyes Archfiend of Lightning's effect to get rid of a card, then I attack to get rid of another card, and then he summons this, and then automatically summons Summon Skull. Luckily, he can only attack with Red Eyes Toon Dragon, which gave me 1 turn to survive, and the thing that I drew was Blast Chain. I drew into a Blast with Chain, and then I set the card, and then this is where I popped off because you'll see in a second, I use Red Eyes Archfiend to try and destroy and try and get rid of his cards as much as possible. The moment he summons a monster, I activate Blast with Chain instantly, equip it to Gearfried, activate Gearfried's effect to destroy Toon Kingdom, and then I use Blast Chain to destroy his Red Eyes. After that, he had nothing else, and he basically just surrendered. Pretty much it. So that's what I did there. Now, in this next replay, I am playing against Clock Tower of Destiny, of course. And so, like I mentioned before, you do need Mystical Space Typhoon in your starting hand. As you can see here, he had a 13 win streak, and then I'm the one who ended his 13th win streak by having Mystical Space Typhoon in my hand. Luckily, I had one Red Eyes Insight as well. Activated Red Eyes Insight to get Red Eyes Fusion. Red Eyes Fusion now summons Red Eyes / Dragon. And then I literally set every card in my arsenal. No cards in hand. Then his turn comes and he automatically activates Clock Tower of Destiny. And when we activate the Clock Tower of Destiny, I activated Mystical Space Typhoon just to destroy it and get it out of my way. The moment he summoned, I also used Red Eyes with Chain to make sure that my Red Eyes / Dragon had an equipped card to be able to negate anything that targets it. As you can see, I did activate another Red Eyes Insight, so this build had 2 Red Eyes Insight, so if you do want to run 2 Red Eyes Insight into your deck, you can. Red Eyes / Dragon activates Treacherous Trap Hole, so this goes off first, and then he activates Treacherous Trap Hole, I negate it with Red Eyes / Dragon, then he activates Mass Change, and after Mass Change, I activate Red Eyes Chain onto my card. Then again, I attack, and I steal his monster, and now he only has 1 card in his hand. Red Eyes with Chain is great. Like I mentioned, you only need 2. Celestial attacks, negate it with Red Eye Slash, and then he just surrendered. Alright, for my final replay, this is the win that got me into the KC Cup max level. I was on a 7 win streak, and this would have been my 8th win streak right here. And of course, I was playing against Clock Tower of Destiny, but unfortunately, I did not have Mystical Space Typhoon in my hand when I was playing this guy. And so, of course, I play, activate Red Eyes Insight, and I had this in my hand too, which is, it sucks sometimes, but it is what it is. There, summon Red Eyes / Dragon, and this is when your opponent misplays against you, because he had Mystical Space Typhoon, but instead of destroying my face down card, he destroyed my Black Metal Dragon. And so this is what I mean when you play against the meta and you're playing rogue, and sometimes they didn't realize, but they want to be on the safer side, so they destroy the well, actually he wasn't even playing on the safer side. Yeah, so he activated Mystical Space Typhoon, he destroys my Black Metal Dragon, Black Metal Dragon pops off so I can get a Red Eye Spirit from my deck. Clock Tower of Destiny has been activated. He gets his cards, and then he literally just summons. Now I draw into a Blasphemy Chain, I set all my cards face down, and then I go into battle and I destroy his monster. But unfortunately, you know, Clock Tower was there, so. Then he uses his own MS2 to destroy the Clock Tower to get Dreadmaster out. He thinks he's going to pop off at this point, where I am going to steal his Dreadmaster. And now my monster's at 0 attack points. He summons his 2 monsters, and then he gets a card added from this graveyard to his hand. And then he didn't go for the safe play. He went and straight into all of his monsters, and then he tries to attack me. Of course, I'm going to lose life points for this, but I had Red Eye Spirit, which is the only one you needed. And then I summon / Dragon. He activates Mass Change to summon Enki. And now during the damage step, now if you have Blast with Chain, you can activate this during the damage step and gain 500 attack points, and boom. My turn comes. Fortunately, I got Black Metal Dragon, which means more negations for my Red Eye / Dragon, so I instantly equipped it. I attack, get Gear Freed. Look at that, 25. He only has 1,000 life points left. This is where Catgirl Magician can be a great card to have right now. And now he goes into his XC plays with the Spider. So he summons spiders. He's thinking the Red Eye / Dragon's effect can only be activated once per turn, but he doesn't realize that he can activate as many times as you want. Red Eye / Dragon negates, Forbidden Chalice comes, and then Red Eye / Dragon activates again. Everything is gone. He has no board. Now, of course, just because your opponent doesn't have any cards in his hand or on the field, it doesn't mean you're always safe. You got to make sure his graveyard doesn't have anything either. And so for me, I went with the safe play. I got Blackstone, bring out a card from my deck, then activate Endless Trap Hell to get a card from my graveyard, set it, and then I pretty much end the game, and that's how I got my KC Cup max level. And so that's pretty much how I play the deck. I love disrupting your opponent, because if your opponent can't play, then you basically win. But if you brick, then you know that's unfortunate. But other than that, that's pretty much it for the deck profile right there. I got to max level just by playing this. I only wanted to just grind up to max level. I might play something different when it gets to the KC Cup level 2. And so other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys got a little bit of an insight of how I play this deck and how I build it, and maybe you can also use this into your build. And so if you guys did enjoy the video, please give this video a like, comment down below what you guys think of the video, and if you guys have any ideas of what you guys want me to show you next, then please comment down below. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving, have a great Black Friday shopping, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Alright, I'll see you later.